Pirates host the Cardinals in Game 2 of this 3-game set. Garrett Cole takes the hill for the Bucks, and the Cardinals still have those playoff hopes alive. The Pirates would like nothing better than to dash those hopes. Pirates and Cardinals straight ahead right here on AT&T Sportsnet.
He struck him out. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming. It may still feel like summer, but the calendar has turned to autumn, and tonight the St. Louis Cardinals bidding for a postseason spot will take on the Pirates here at PNC Park. And for the Pirates, playing to win has an added benefit of playing spoilers against these Cardinals, who find themselves a game and a half back in that second and final wild card berth in the National League. And welcome into the booth tonight with you, Joe Block and Steve Blass here, and we're going to see some good pitching, we think, here tonight, because the matchup shows Garrett Cole and Lance Lynn, and they have been two of the horses in the National League. Two guys rebounding with some healthy seasons as well.
Absolutely. Maybe not just horses, but Clydesdales. These guys, they're really solid. They're big and strong right-handers, and really, as you look at these kind of similar records, a bunch of innings, also a similar number that you don't see. Both have been hurt by the long ball. Garrett Cole has given up 30 home runs. Lance Lynn, kind of known in the past as a guy who throws a lot of ground balls. He's thrown 26. So one of the factors you'll be involved in watching these two studs pitch tonight is which one can keep the ball in the ballpark.
And for the Cardinals, yeah, the pitching as well has helped them make a bid at the postseason as we look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders. And for St. Louis, yeah, really good pitching, and that's kind of been their hallmark.
Yeah, and that's why they're 14-6 in the month of September. And the interesting thing about the numbers in September, you have to be in decent position going into September for them to be significant. The Cardinals kept themselves close enough, the Pirates didn't. So that's why those numbers are particularly impressive for the St. Louis Cardinals. Now they can do something with it. They're that close, a game and a half back.
Yeah, the Pirates have had some good pitching in September as well, but can their bats counter that good pitching for the Cardinals? We'll find out. Game 2 of this series coming up. The Pirates and the Cardinals right here on AT&T Sportsnet.
Sportsnet is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network, the largest health system rated #1 in the region for all the things that matter most. And by Kenny Ross Subaru, total confidence pricing. Let's go Bucks!
Well, ready for baseball here tonight. The Pirates and the Cardinals. It is warm here tonight again. It feels like summer. Boy, this is a treat here at the beginning of fall.
Yeah, bonus days. These are bonus days. Enjoy them, and there's a bunch more to come.
Yeah, usually the boats might be tucked away for the year by now. They're out in full force tonight. Garrett Cole trying to right the pirate ship tonight.
Yeah, we hope that he's out in full force.
Cole trying to win here at PNC Park tonight. He has not fared as well at home in recent starts, but has done decently against the Cardinals so far this year. Yeah, the Cardinals will be shaking their lineup up a bit tonight without their cleanup man, the rookie Jose Martinez. Not going to be there tonight for St. Louis, so we'll see a different lineup from Mike Matheny here tonight. And for the Cardinals, really needing this game tonight, finding themselves still on the outside looking into the postseason. Matt Carpenter will lead things off. He's got 4 home runs lifetime against Cole. Then Pham, the very good hitter. Fowler on a 6-game hitting streak. Jerko slides into that cleanup spot with Molina batting 5th. DeYoung and Wong and Piscotty and Lynn will round out the St. Louis order. That's Matt Carpenter over at first base tonight.
Garrett Cole making start number 32. That's good. That's a good full solid year of work for Garrett Cole, and this is career start number 14 against the Redbirds. His numbers this year, he is 6-4 lifetime against the St. Louis Cardinals in those first 13 starts with an ERA of 2.75. So he's had success against St. Louis, and hope that tonight we can do some damage.
And when he needs some help, here's who's behind him, the Honda defense for the Pirates tonight. It's Shorty Mercer at short with Adam Frazier, his double play partner. Freese and Bell on the corners. Marte, McCutcheon, and Polanco in the outfield. Elias Diaz does the catching of Garrett Cole. After 8 straight Stewart starts, it'll be Diaz and maybe a sprinkling of Stallings the rest of the way for the Buccos behind the plate. Here on this warm night,
Garrett Cole looking for career win number 59. He's 58-41 in his career thus far.
Well, we start to think about milestones as you get down toward the tail end of the season, and Cole's got an outside chance of 200 strikeouts. 16 away with another start likely to come. First one of this one, right over for a strike.
Against one of his nemesis, Matt Carpenter has had very good success, as Joe mentioned, against Garrett Cole in his career.
And Carpenter over at first base tonight. Been playing over at third in recent weeks.
Yeah, you have to look around for him sometimes. He's been at second base, first base, third base. 96 miles an hour from Garrett as he gets loose, and you never seem to throw as hard as you're going to throw in the bullpen warming up because the adrenaline's not there yet. When you get out on the mound and it gets down to cases after the anthem, usually you'll be able to pick up a little more speed.
Cardinals manager Mike Matheny looking on tonight.
Well, that win last night was something they did not expect, and you know, they need every single win. And when we picked up the lead and went ahead and bought Felipe Rivero, and pretty much thought it was over, but it didn't work for Rivero last night, and that was a huge win for the Cardinals. And Carpenter continues his carpentry work against Garrett Cole.
Yeah, that woodwork was fine to start things last night. It doubled to start things, a single here. And what are the Pirates' tips to win for tonight, thanks to Rivers Casino?
Well, you want the Cole Comfort versus the Cardinals, because in this ballpark, Garrett Cole is 3-0. The Cardinals have never beaten him here at PNC Park. and you want to add to Lynn home run line. As we said in the open, he's given up 26 home runs, a little unlike him. So you'd like Cole to be real good and Lynn not quite as good. I think tonight's all about pitching, as it usually is.
Pham cracks that to center, and that'll carry out of here, and the Cardinals just like that have a 2-0 lead.
Home run number 31 given up by Garrett Cole, and what a way to start a Saturday night. Ouch. And nothing cheap about that thing. Straight away center field, a rocket by Tommy Pham.
One of the more underrated players in baseball this season. What a bad spot. And he didn't miss. Home run number 22 for Pham. 20 home runs, 20 steals for Pham, and that one estimated at 414 feet.
Not much height. That ball was sent out of here quickly.
So Cole in a hole, Lynn with the lead before he throws a pitch. And Fowler has been red hot for the Redbirds. More hits than outs over this 6-game hitting streak.
Sometimes you have starts like this where you can still hear the last 3 outs of the anthem. Feels like that tonight.
Well, got plenty of time to settle in if you're Cole. They take advantage of a mistake early, but we've seen starts where that's happened early and then they're struggling to do much after that. That's at 97 right there. This never got higher than 58 feet.
Yep. There are majestic home runs, and then there are line drive home runs, and they can't be absolutely flat, but that one was not of the majestic variety where you can see them for a long time. That got out of here in a hurry.
The home runs he's allowed this season more than the previous 3 seasons combined.
That's dramatic.
And that is hit well, but right to Marte. Turco gone. Well, baseball has seen home runs go up everywhere. This is the most home runs ever in a season in baseball, per game and total. But for Cole, it's been way up for him. It's
dramatic,
been, yeah.
Startling.
Yet, as we talked about, the innings he's given you, the strikeouts, it's there, but the mistakes have been taken advantage of.
And there was a mistake right there. It was a hanging breaking ball that's right in the go zone, the power zone. And Molina took it. Dangerous location.
And Molina, of course, pray for Puerto Rico, a native of that island country that is ravaged again by storms. Joey Cora also living and growing up in Puerto Rico, and just heartbreaking to hear all the sadness and many other island nations out in and around the region in the Caribbean as well, being hit so hard this last time by Maria.
Yeah, so much about the communications, and that's critical. So much of the communications down and out, and that's so important to get word out. There was a dam that was in peril, and they're trying to get information to the people below the dam, and the cell towers are down, the cable. It's just massive destruction in Puerto Rico.
So as important as this game is for Molina and the Cardinals and thinking about the postseason, they are also thinking about their country. And Cole rebounds after the home run to get the next 3 outs. They'll keep it at 2-0 as the Pirates get their first chance to bat. their chance to support Garrett Cole tonight. Tommy Pham with a first inning 2-run home run. And now the Buccos. Their RAV4 lineup tonight shows Adam Frazier atop the order, with Starling Marte picking it up, hitting .400 over the last 4 games. McCutchen and Bell in the middle, with David Freese batting 5th. Gregory Polanco slides in at 6th, with Diaz, Mercer, and then Garrett Cole, the bottom 3rd.
We talked about Garrett Cole making his 32nd start of the year. So is Lance Lynn making start number 32, 11-7. 21st start against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Certainly no stranger. 7-6 in the first 20 against the Bucks. Lance Lynn, and coming off a very mediocre start against the Chicago Cubs, where he in that game worked 4 innings, giving up 5 hits and walking 4. Not his best outing, but overall having a good year.
And has got better generally as the year has gone on. Has an ERA of 2.21 in his last 14 starts for Lynn. It is a free agent season. Frazier's been swinging a good bat. Hitless yesterday, though. Had a nice series against Milwaukee.
Well, Lance Lynn is certainly big enough. He's 6'5", 275 pounds, out of Marion City, Indiana. Turned 30 years old a couple weeks ago.
And the Cardinals are ready to try to fill his spot in the rotation once he hits free agency. They've got some young guys coming up and who have come up. But right now, Lynn trying to pitch St. Louis into the postseason. As we told you a few minutes ago, you know, they're on the outside looking in, as is Milwaukee, the previous Pirates opponent. So a chance with Carlos Martinez and company. These guys trying to sneak their way into that second wild card and take on Arizona.
Textbook stuff from Adam Frazier.
Cut off by Pham, but not in nearly enough time to keep Frazier from that lead-off double.
He loves that neighborhood. Left field, left center. Talking last night about his ability to just wait long enough to get as good a look as he can, and kind of inside outs that ball the opposite way. You see kind of the arms get out, but the hands stay back, giving him just a little extra time, a little bit of an extra look, and there he is at second base once again. Adam Frazier doing his thing.
Well, we talked about how the pitching we think is going to be a big factor tonight. I wonder if the weather, I mean, it is very, very warm for this time of year, and I wonder if that will play a factor in helping the hitting tonight to kind of counteract some of that. We're seeing it early. Well, it feels like a July night.
Yep. Well, a lot of it all depends on where these pitchers throw the baseball.
Marte swinging a better bat last couple of games.
Be nice to see him at least move Adam over to third base. Just answer that 2 spot that was so abrupt. Get one back. At least one. Or as many as you'd like to stay around for.
Try to get to Lynn here early before he settles in.
I know one thing, you are going to have to earn your home runs, as Tommy Pham did in the first inning, because there's not a lick of air moving around this ballpark. As it was most of the day, there was maybe a little bit of a gentle breeze, but quite warm for this type of year. And yeah, it's hard to see the flagpole, but that gives you an indication right there. The wind's blowing straight down.
It's coming out of the top at 0 miles an hour. 3-1 on Marte. And he'll draw the walk.
Walks were an issue for Lynn, as we said last time out against the Cubs. 5 innings, 4 walks.
And with 2 men on and nobody out, the defense for the Cardinals tonight, DeYoung and Wong in the middle with Jerko and Carpenter on the edges for the Cardinals. Pham, Fowler, Piscotty from left to right of the outfield. Yadier Molina still doing his thing. 36% of attempted base stealers. And that play that DeYoung made in the field last night, that toss that went awry, opened the door for the Pirates to take a lead. The Cardinals stormed back with 2 in the 9th and took game 1. Jerko with the game-tying hit. Not really a rocket, but able to knot it up in the 9th.
It's been a long time since I've seen those types of swings against Felipe Rivero, where there were legitimate swings where they weren't looking completely overmatched. So it's one of those flat nights for a baseball player. Everybody has them, and we saw one from a really, really good closer last night. It happens.
Yeah, he looked rusty after not having a save opportunity for 17 days. Now McCutcheon behind in the count.
But I'll tell you, I watched the post game, and Felipe Rivero stood up and said, "That's no excuse." And that was offered. A little rusty. Yeah, he said, but no excuse. I thought that was an excellent response.
He's been so good this year. Softly hit, and Carpenter. That ball carried on him a bit.
Looking in the glove where the ball should be.
Well, he stood a little shy of the wall and then had to move closer to it.
He takes a look, a late look.
Oh, he's looking for the wall.
And fan interference. Or fans help. That's
fans help. Yes,
that's a good Pirate fan.
If you're in fair territory, you're seated in fair territory, do not touch the ball. If you're in foul territory like that, feel free to touch it if they lean in like that. If it's going against the Pirates.
Yeah, and if you're seated on the field, we're going to have to take a look.
That just goes as no play. And so McCutcheon gets new life.
Cash it in, Andrew. Cash it in.
To the fan. Bill Miller is calling the balls and strikes tonight. He's the crew chief. Adam Hamari at first. Todd Tishner at second. Kerwin Danley is the umpire at third. And Mr. Danley behind the plate yesterday evening. 2-2 with 2 men on, nobody out. Bucks down 2.
In on the hands and spoiled by Andrew. Lucky that didn't cost him a bat. You see Molina move in, and right off the fist there you get some really graphic evidence of how far inside that was.
Deuce is wild. Now McCutcheon looking for his first hit with a man in scoring position since the 4th. And to try to negate some of this early deficit. There's the crew. Hanging out and watching Kutch and the Buccos tonight. Hard to believe that the home slate is almost over with the way that it feels. Again, it's just
feels like midsummer.
Yeah, I feel like we've got
evening.
50 games left. Tonight, game number 155.
Well, he's making Lynn work, certainly, and building up a significant pitch count here in the first inning. Unless he gets a ground ball, he's going to have to earn these outs at the cost of a lot of work.
That'll be the 9th pitch coming up. Now, Lynn, one of the best at getting double plays among National League starters.
And that's why it's surprising that his home run total is up so high. As he works downstairs.
A double and a walk.
A lot of swings for Andrew, so he steps out, gathers some strength. He's been up there a while.
This will be the 20th pitch here with nobody out in the first. And McCutchen comes through with a base hit.
Yep, Adam Frazier had to wait and make sure the line drive was between people, so nowhere for him to go. Sharply hit the left field. Terrific at bat for Andrew McCutchen. And the Pirates really set up shop. All right, let's take a look at this at bat. Down and away, still staying downstairs, up a little bit, out a little bit, really out. There's that ball that was sawed off, comes inside, tries to finish the at bat inside, but then lays it out over the middle of the plate, and Andrew just turns on it. Upstairs, gets a good look, good arm extension, and the Pirates have the bases loaded with nobody out.
Good way to check it out on our enhanced strike zone. That brings up Josh Bell. Hardy on the four-seamer.
94 miles an hour. The first of several fastballs by Lance Lynn. 92, 91, 93. Stretching it out a little bit. When you get in a jam, you have a tendency to reach back and try to get a little extra. 93 there. You get in these situations, Joe, it's just you sit back and say, okay, we're going to do something. How much damage can we do? Because the scene is set.
Yeah, not only can you answer, but you can keep going.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, you might have to settle for nothing, but you're really optimistic that you're going to get at least something and hopefully a lot.
Bell behind in the count, waving at a couple. Team leader in runs batted in. There's the hitting coaches, the Jeffs, Branson and Livesey. Bases loaded, nobody out. And Bell dispatched for the first out.
And that hurts. Now it sets up a double play scenario by a guy that throws a lot of ground balls. It has been a tough stretch for Josh Bell.
Yeah, the last 16 games coming in, one extra base hit after a fantastic start, but he's in rare territory. He's never played this many games. He's played in all but 2 of them. Never had this many plate appearances in the season for the rookie. Now the veteran David Freese. Bases loaded, 1 out. And Freese with the base hit. Frazier will score. Marte is in. Game-tying single for the ex-Cardinal David Freese.
And beautifully done because he didn't torture the ball that would get out quickly to foul or make any decision for Joey Cora to send that second run. Just a little soft serve into center field, and the fact that it was hit softly gave that second run a comfortable trip into home plate. Just kind of hit off the fist, as you can tell by the location there. And for that reason, didn't go far, so an easy second run.
And crunching a couple of ribbies off his ex-teammate.
Just see that ball barely getting out to the grass. Location, location, location.
Cubs having Marte at second, scoring easily on that ball. Now Polanco with 2 men aboard and 1 out. Pirates get those 2 right back, looking to take the lead.
And we spent all that time on the starting pitchers in the open, and now what, we've got 4 runs already. It's not even dark yet.
So that's what's fun about the game of baseball. Lead runner is McCutchen at second, Freese at first. Oh, Garrett Cole gave up a couple. He's got a couple right back, maybe some more.
All right, you're even, Garrett. Restart, reboot.
And he's been able to take a long rest. Lynn already at 27 pitches.
And 1 out.
That one is through. And everyone moves up a station.
That ball was hit hard. So Lynn, who lasted just 4 innings again in that start against the Cubs last time out, shortening his leash as he goes along here in the first inning. That ball is upstairs, out over the plate, and Greggy does a good job just punching it between third and short with really good contact. You hear the crack of the bat. Pitchers don't like that sound.
There's some hard hit balls in the inning.
Been some hard hit balls in the entire first inning. As Derek Lilliquist out to talk to whoever wants to listen.
Well, for Lynn, you know, coming off of Tommy John surgery, missed all of last season. So, you know, who knows, this part of the season. He's pitched this many innings before, but last year he didn't pitch at all, obviously. So,
but he's been good lately. I mean, so, you know,
what gives tonight? Perhaps the Bucks bats are just sharpening up.
So far, it's Lance Lynn who's given up some shots.
Elias Diaz getting the start tonight with Cole on the mound. Catching the bulk of the games now. It's a foul ball.
Well, we're talking in the neighborhood of a 30-pitch first inning.
They're right there at the street corner, 29.
And again, these are times when the Cardinals cannot afford to let a game get out of hand early. So, you know, all bets are off. Everybody is available, no matter how many were used last night or the night before or might be used tomorrow. It's all about tonight.
Diaz with a base hit. McCutchen is in. The Pirates have the lead here in the first inning. Elias Diaz with the run batted in. 5 hits so far in the inning.
And they're going to have to get somebody warming up in the bullpen in case it gets out of hand. It's not out of hand now. This ball game, long way from being out of hand, but the Cardinals cannot afford to let that happen early. And you know who's itching to get up to the plate. He's in the on-deck circle. And Garrett Cole loves to hit all the time, and based on what happened in the top of the first inning, he'd love to get his shot. But let's see what Jordy does. Maybe he can join the party here.
8th man to come up here in the Pirates first. He cracks one out to center. And it gets by Fowler. Everyone's running around. Freezes in. Polanco scores. Here comes Diaz. The bases are clear. Mercer's at third. Bucco's up 6-2. 3-run triple for Jordy Mercer.
Well, you didn't like the top of the first. Think you're liking the bottom half. Not too late. Get in your car. Come on down. This might be fun. You see the ball get by Fowler. He's not going to be able to get it. They have to crash in from right and left, chase it down. Meanwhile, Pirate runners chasing each other around the bases. Now, they're calling it a triple. You know, it could have been scored a single and a big-time error, too. But, hey, triple sounds good.
He went for it. And now Mike Matheny finds his Cardinals down 4 here with still only 1 out. Cole will bat here in the first inning.
And Garrett joined the party.
173 hitter. The infield in for St. Louis. Already down 4.
Good rip by number 45.
Well, he strike a deep enough fly ball and Pirates will have another.
Put it in play, Garrett. Put it in play. See what you come up with.
Rookie Josh Lucas warming here in the first inning.
That's it. Keep it going. Keep that pitch count going. There's still 1 out.
Pirates have already struck 6 hits off Lynn. Well hit balls.
Well, when you see the pitcher up in the first inning, you know things are good for the home team.
Cole lays off.
And you wonder if Lynn does not get Garrett Cole, if this might be the last batter he faces.
Already 35.
Yeah, might be facing Cole only because Cole is the pitcher.
Now it's 2-2. For the Cardinals, a must-win game tonight. They're a game and a half back of Colorado, who plays tonight for that second and final wild card berth. Pirates
Out on the line, yeah.
are not going to comply very easily. In play, but to Jerko. That's the second out of the inning.
And I think if it wasn't Garrett Cole, Lynn might be already out of there if it wasn't the pitcher hitting.
Well, we'll probably get one more. And I'm with you, Steve. If Frazier reaches, then that's going to be it. And if he gets him, well, then he'll get a reprieve to go back out there. Frazier started this first inning with a double, and he'll bat twice.
Pick up as many as you can. You never know how many you're going to need, quote unquote.
Tenth man to bat in the inning.
Can we do any research, Joe, to the last time we scored 6 runs in an inning?
I know I have it handy, but I know for sure they did.
It's been a while.
The game before the All-Star break, they scored 10 in the first against
the Cubs.
The Cubs.
Yep.
That may be the last time.
Okay. Well, it's a wonderful sight to see. Bats wake up.
Garrett Cole was down 2 after his half inning. Now feeling good. Not over yet. 3-1 to Frazier.
Nice take by Adam there. Tempting. Out away. This next pitch might force Mike Matheny's hand.
This will be the 42nd pitch of the inning, and it's ball 4. He's walked 2 in the inning.
That's it.
Yeah. And Lynn, I think he knows it. So Lance Lynn, who's never allowed more than 7 runs and may still allow more than that here tonight, cannot get out of the first inning. Mike Matheny coming out, and that's going to be it for Lynn tonight, tying his shortest outing of his career.
Takes Wade Davis deep to left center into the Brewers bullpen, deep and not playable. First career walk-off hit for Shaw, a 2-run homer, his 31st of the year. The Brewers 4-3 come from behind win, snaps their 3-game skid. Joe and Steve, back to you.
Well, Wade Davis not allowing 3 runs in an outing since 5 years ago. And so Milwaukee and 1 more against the Cubs. They'll play these Cardinals to end the regular season. Meanwhile, Colorado within the Padres, Marlins, 2 teams that are out of it, but then the Dodgers to follow. So methinks the wild card will go down to that final weekend of the season.
Well, it looks like the Cardinals had by far the toughest schedule next week, so we'll see how that plays out. The rookie, Lucas. Little delivery from the side. Out in front 0-2 to Marte.
Marte earlier this inning drew a walk. Lance Lynn, for the 2nd time in his career, only goes 2/3 of an inning in a start. The other time against the Pirates 2 years ago.
Would Frazier thinking about taking off? You know, things have quieted down a little bit. Who knows? You get to second base, maybe steal another one or 2.
Try to get into scoring position with 2 outs. 4-run game in the 1st inning. There's a lot of action remaining. He's going to move up. And Mercer will move in. 7-2 Pirates.
Thank you. The Cardinals were generous with a gift last night. Generous here in the bottom of the 1st inning. And now there's no drama for Frazier getting to second base. You always wonder about the bounce off the blocks, whether they're going to come straight back to a catcher or take a little bit of an angle.
Marte deep out toward the wall. This one's going to go all the way. And Frazier is in easily. Marte heading to 3rd, and he is in with a triple. 8-2 Pirates.
Well, how do you like your Saturday night so far? A lot of fun. These folks came in wondering what they're going to see. Was it going to be a lot of pitching? Well, they see the Pirates grabbing the right bats tonight. I mean, it is on fire here in the bottom of the 1st.
Lance Lynn had never given up 8 runs in his start in his career until tonight.
And this ball was hit in such a line that nobody was able to cut across and get it. And Marte, when he's going, he can fly.
This will be the 12th Pirate to bat here in this 1st inning. Marte with RBI 25. Well, the Pirates back on July the 9th scored 10 times in the 1st inning against the Cubs. They put on 8 against the Cardinals. Still batting. Base hit, plates another.
Lucas comes up and in. You see that what you see from Chris Stewart there tells it all. Okay, yeah, that goes in the file. That is not going to go unnoticed. Up around the head.
Lucas in his 3rd major league game.
Made his debut against the Pirates in August, latter part of August.
DeYoung. An errant throw, but gets the final out. The Pirates send up 12 men to the plate and score 8 times. They're up 8-2 after 1 here tonight in Pittsburgh. 8-2 Pirates.
I would call that a first inning reckoning. That's a reckoning.
There's a lot of wrecking going on. All the Buccos getting in on the action in that first inning. 12 men coming up. Cardinals needed 50 pitches to navigate through that inning. 8 runs, the second most runs the Pirates have scored in a game this month in one inning.
Nice, nice to see. Nice to see. Clears the air. But, okay, now we go to the second inning. What is the second inning going to bring? It might be one of those barn burner nights. Who knows? We're off to a wild start.
Well, much different tenor now for Garrett Cole, right? I mean, 2 batters in, he's down 2 runs. And DeYoung will beat it out.
And an error will be charged.
It's an error on Frazier.
Little bobble. Cost him.
Want to get those outs with the lead now, and
that doesn't require many words. You saw what happened.
10th error on Frazier. Here's Colton Wong, the Cardinals' second baseman. So, right, as a pitcher, I mean, you get a 6-run lead early in the ball game. You pitch a little differently than say if you're down 2-0, right?
I don't know this early. I don't know if you want to change your pattern this early. You know, you're in the 7th inning. Stay up. Okay. If you're in the 7th inning, okay, okay, we're going to throw a bunch of strikes, but there's a lot of baseball. I mean, there's a lot of innings left. So, yeah, try to keep that same mindset. Shut it down. You know, that in the big picture is your ultimate goal every night. Don't get careless. You know, pitch like you're going to pitch a shutout. Of course, the emphasis becomes later on for strikes in the course of a ball game. I kind of think it's a trap. Okay, now I can relax. I can just throw strikes. All I have to do is throw strikes. Yeah, and you throw enough strikes that aren't quality strikes. Okay, maybe they don't catch up, but you might be out of the ball game.
So keep going after it.
Keep on trucking. Yeah. Try to keep that mindset as long as you can. It's never a bad thing.
Well, Cardinals coming into tonight, one of the better offensive teams in baseball, 11th out of the 30 teams, runs per game.
Plus, in this kind of situation, one of your objectives too is pick up your second baseman.
He caught it and doubles him off. What a play by Garrett Cole. Well, that picked him up.
Yeah, like that.
Some love for that glove. Nice play by Garrett Cole to end that inning. inning. And not only has it been a great night at the bat, but with the gloves as well, as Piscotty robbed of a base hit.
Yeah, and Garrett Cole had an hour to get set and throw that ball over to first. He got rid of it quickly, and usually like to get the heart rate down a little bit and take a step, but a good throw to first base, and that shut down the top of the first. Bang and bang. We'll get the bats again.
So Adam Wainwright will be the Cardinals' second starting pitcher tonight, and with Bill Miller saying you can't wear that sleeve. He's got some sort of bandage there that he's trying to have that covered. I think what they have to do is they can wear sleeves, but you got to wear 2 sleeves. And so I think that's the issue here. He'll probably change undershirts between innings.
Yeah. Interesting. White ball coming out of a dark blue background. I don't think it's going to fool too many people, but that's the rule.
Yeah, you got it.
That's the rule.
Uniform sleeves.
I never understood what those compression sleeves do. Do you know what they do?
I think it's just a cover because he's got a bandage. He's got a bandage on underneath there, so he's just trying to keep the dirt out of that. Wainwright working out of relief for the first time since 2015. Coming back from the disabled list. Oh, it's only the color that matters. Okay. Oh, yeah, you got to wear 2. That's what I thought. And they've got to match the uniform, I guess.
This is one of the special areas of baseball these days.
Remember when sleeves used to connect to a shirt?
I remember when you didn't used to see these now. What is the rule? Yeah,
they're going to allow them to wear 1. Okay. I think you're supposed to wear 2, but considering the time fashion we're at here.
See something beautiful every night.
The Pirates sent 12 men to the plate in the first inning. Couldn't wait to hit again. Wainwright had to delay him a little bit. Only Pirates to not reach in that first. Bell, who struck out, and then Garrett Cole. Pirates with 7 hits in that inning, tying the most this year. And Point Park tweets having a little fun again with the bats. And Pirates been quiet offensively for the most part this month. What a great way to enliven folks.
Now, have we seen Wainwright since we saw him here in Pittsburgh, and we were just astounded with the fact that he was not throwing hard. It looked like he was hurt. I remember that start he made, and it was just it was funny looking. This guy's been so good for so long, and it just didn't look like the same Adam Wainwright. That was a start several homestands ago.
And so working out of the bullpen now. Well, and the Buccos with a big lead here early.
Josh got to join the party.
And a leadoff walk.
And Wainwright does not get a call on a good-looking curveball.
And come on out to the ballpark tomorrow. It's Fan Appreciation Day. The Pirates will host these Cardinals at 1:35, and you can come to the game with your chance to win 2018 season tickets. You could win home opener tickets, a first pitch experience, gift cards, or even an autographed jersey off the back of one of your favorite players. Go to pirates.com/tickets and get your seats for Fan Appreciation Day tomorrow. Already appreciating the fans here tonight. Get them something to hoot and holler about.
Yeah, fans appreciating this outburst. Let the party continue. Now that's 88 miles an hour. That's just not what we're used to seeing from Adam Wainwright.
It's ticked down the velocity, but that impingement that he has in his elbow that kept him out for over a month, limiting him. Nifty play there, and
nifty play there.
Another errant throw by DeYoung on the relay, but they get 2.
Well, it wasn't clinical, but a really nice stop by Wong, and then DeYoung catches a little bit of a flyer, but Carpenter bails him out and take him away with 2 outs. Ball certainly was hit hard enough.
Gregory Polanco with a base hit back in that 8-run first inning. Yeah. 69 miles an hour from Wainwright. There's Uncle Charlie right here.
It's a gravity curve. So Adam Wainwright doing what he can for his ball club, and very difficult season for him, but coming in to give Mike Matheny some innings.
Well, that's the advantage of these September rosters. The Cardinals come in with a virtually infinite bullpen. With Diaz on deck. Polanco. And that hangs up there for a base hit. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Yeah, the Pirates with a 2-out man aboard.
You see Adam Wainwright rolling that curveball up there, knowing that the fastball does not have a lot of zip on it. Again, you got to have a lot of respect for him, because he certainly knows he's not at his best, but if there's a way he can help his ball club and Mike Matheny, you give him credit for going out there. That's the bottom line of the Adam Wainwright story, I believe.
Diaz with a run scoring hit his first time up.
Little flat breaking ball there that didn't have the downer effect that the slower ones did.
Now 1-2. 89 from Wainwright.
Coming into the season with over 250 starts and now working out of the bullpen.
That's just to get him through the rest of this season, but it just shows you the all hands on deck philosophy. Now Wainwright, of course, you'll remember in 2006 working as the closer to end the season, striking out Brandon Inge of Detroit to end the World Series. Working in relief tonight. It's up a 0 in the second. 8-2 Pirates.
Presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
8-2, the Pirates on top through a couple of innings here tonight. Pirates having some fun with the offensive outburst. Let's check in on our Allegheny Health Network injury update for St. Louis. Jose Martinez leaving the game last night has a left thumb sprain, re-aggravating an injury that he had suffered last week against the Cubs, and he had been probably their hottest hitter, working out of the cleanup spot for St. Louis. Adam Wainwright will lead things off, the third Cardinals pitcher in the game, when the pitcher spot comes around for the first time. And he's been a good hitting pitcher. Yeah, Lynn already done 2/3 of an inning, tying the shortest outing. He'd never allowed 8 runs in a start in his career until tonight. .244 hitter for Wainwright, ramping off the mound, and that took a big hop on Frazier. That'll be a base hit for Wainwright. Watch it hit the mound. Oop. Look at our Allegheny Health Network Supermo. Wainwright in relief, and he's 1 for 1 at the plate. .36-year-old. Carpenter with a base hit back in the first. And now 2 strikes on Carpenter. Cole working with a 6-run lead here in the third. This will be his 30th pitch of the night, and the Cardinals needed 50 to get through that first inning. 97. Out to center, and a bloop base hit for Carpenter. So the Cardinals put a couple of men on with nobody out. Now with a 6-run lead, Cole's going to have to face Tommy Pham now, the man who homered off from back in the first. And ahead, strike 1.
Okay, some technical difficulties. We have a special guest in the booth.
I don't know. Special.
I said special, and
Okay.
you'll just listen.
All right, if you said it, then okay.
Doug Drabek is joining us, former Pirate pitcher, former Cy Young Award winner. Doug, glad to have you here. How would you like to have 8 runs in the bottom of the first to work with?
Well, I was just talking with Milwaukee over there, and being a pitch coach in AA, we had this season, we gave up 11 runs in the first inning, went through 3 pitchers, and ended up using 67 pitches to get out of it. So
I've been there.
I know.
We've all been there.
Exactly, except this way it's on the right end of the stick, though.
And Pham at it again with an RBI double here. The first 3 Cardinals have reached in the third. Well, Doug, I'm really glad to meet you and glad to have you on tonight.
Joe Block, Doug Drabeck, yeah.
I enjoy being here.
Yeah, well, glad to have you up here. And you know, I was curious, you know, with you, Milwaukee always tells a story about when you won the Cy Young back in '90, that he went to visit you a few years later, and you didn't even have the award up anywhere. So
I don't know if I believe that story. He said I had it in a drawer, so I don't know. It went up, but you know, I figured I'd get multiple usage out of it, and I would hang my headbands up on it when I would do my running, getting ready for spring training. So
I didn't know it could be used for such a purpose.
This sounds like one of those Oscar stories from the actors and actresses that win those awards. Great to see you back here. You've seen this ballpark, obviously,
yes.
Enough times to still have an appreciation for what they've done after Three Rivers Stadium.
Oh, man, I'm envious. I told Waggy the same thing. I said I would have loved to have played, you know, in this park right here. The view, especially sitting up here, what you get to see is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty during the day. It's even prettier at night.
Yes.
And even more gorgeous with 8 runs in the first.
Oh, boy, I'm telling you.
Well, Doug, you know, what do you think about Garrett Cole? You know, a guy who's an elite pitcher like yourself, and what do you see from him that you like and has impressed you?
I think the one thing about him, and I think he's, and I use the word grinder, where if you don't have your best stuff, I think you can rely on him to just tough it out and give you whatever he has that night and try to go as long as possible. And if it's, you know, one of those things where he might give up a couple runs, he's just not going to shut it down. He's going to keep going out there, trying to get through innings, try to save the bullpen.
And going to get to 200 innings this year, which I guess these days really is a pretty big accomplishment with the bullpens being used so much more.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you don't see it as much as you used to, because now you got your 6th, 7th inning guy, 7th, 8th inning guy, 9th inning guy and stuff. So a lot of times I think the starters, you know, their innings get cut short. I definitely see it in the minor leagues, but even at the major league level now, it's everything is starting to get specialized.
And here's a look at what Doug Drabeck did, of course, primarily with the Pirates in his career, winning that Cy Young I was talking about back in 1990, winning 22 games that season. We probably won't have a 20-game winner in baseball this year.
Well, I think the one thing, the guys that were behind me, unbelievable. It made it a little bit easier. You realize that, you know, Ray Miller was a big thing for me as far as counting ground ball out. So for me, it was like letting those guys help me out. They're getting paid to do the same thing. They want to play. And so it really made my job a lot easier, just saying throw strikes, let those guys do their jobs too. So we just had a good team defensively, offensively, and you know, all the way around. It just makes it a lot easier.
How many innings did you have in one year? What was your top, Doug?
I think it was 256.
Okay.
You're right on.
Was
92.
Yeah. So
that was the Cy Young year was 90, wasn't it?
It was 90, yes.
Yeah. 22 and 6. I remember it well. It was fun to watch.
You know, since I'm meeting you for the first time, I wanted to ask about 92. I know that was a heartbreaking Game 7, but you pitched so well in that game, and I loved watching it then, and I've watched it several times since then. But I wanted to know your thoughts going into that game, because you know, if you win, you keep going. You might even win a World Series that year, but it might be your last game as a Pirate. So,
right.
So what was the emotions like going in? Because it may be your last game. You might pitch 3 more in the World Series. You might re-sign with the Pirates. You might not. I bet you that had been a whirlwind of emotion, and to be able to channel that and pitch so well in the game, I'm sure that was probably a challenge.
Well, I think the one thing is being in that situation, your whole thought process was trying to win that game. The other stuff was just kind of out there. You didn't think about it. I was probably more worried about my first 2 games in the series weren't that good. So I was more worried about going out there and trying to doing something productive and keeping us in the game. And, you know, I think once you got on the mound in that situation, everything just kind of floated away, and now you zeroed in on you know, what you're trying to do to each batter. Plus, there was a guy when I was warming up in the bullpen, Fulton County Stadium. You were right there next to some guy was wearing me out hard. And normally when I pitched, I no emotion, but I had to like smile at this guy because he was wearing me out. Like I said, might have put me at ease a little bit.
Jerko not happy, but that looked like it was in the strike zone, and Bill Miller rings him up for the second out. Couple of Ks for Cole with men in scoring position.
Doug, one of the is your son still pitching?
Well, he was. He ended up getting released, so he's going to be working out. He's going to try to, probably have to go to tryout camps and stuff like that, but he still wants to. So
talk about Kyle.
Yes,
Kyle Drabeck.
Now we've got in a situation. Joe brought up a good question earlier. We score the 8 runs, and he says, "Now, do you relax a little bit?" And I said it's kind of a trap. A little bit. You try to keep your game plan as long as you can. Are you do you agree with that philosophy?
Definitely, and especially being in the minor leagues for 8 years, coaching and stuff. I've seen those leads slowly disappear, and I know big league level it should be a little bit different, but you still never know. But oh yeah, and there's a time where you kind of stop doing things so you keep your players healthy.
Yep.
But no, you got to stick with the game plan as long as you can, and I quickly learned not to take anything for granted.
Yeah. Now maybe you get into like the 7th inning or something, you might maybe a little more priority on throwing strikes, but early in the ballgame, you get 8 in the first inning, you don't want to change too much.
No, I'm still throwing as many curveballs as I can. If it's on and I'm getting people out with it, I'm still mixing things up. Yeah, there's nothing of that.
Now let me ask you, and then you still keep grabbing the shirt before you take the sign from the catcher,
Yes.
right? That was your signature. That was a Doug Drabeck signature, looking in, as Jim Rooker used to say, with the eyes of the tiger, and he'd just grab the shirt, and then he'd take off with it.
Yeah, nothing changed.
And flip up that little first pitch breaking ball.
That's right. That's exactly right.
How about Bob Walk?
There he is.
Yeah. That's the Rooker reference right there when he was announcing in the Phillies game. Get an early lead like that. There's Walkie. Doug, I'm
look at the intensity.
I know, still.
Why are they showing me now? I'm still mad.
Yeah.
But it's we've been watching the strike zone on the screen, and it's so different now because everything's computerized, and and the umpires can be judged and scrutinized and are because of it. But there was a little more leeway when you were pitching. So what do you think? Would you have liked to have pitched now when it's very uniform, or did you like that different umpires gave you something or took away something?
To me, I liked it the way it was because you really got to know each umpire, what they like, what they didn't give you. You kind of changed your game plan a little bit, but not much. I still had to go with your strengths. But when there were go-to times in an at-bat, and you knew what they were giving you off the plate, you could go to it. Now it's kind of 50-50.
Stay with us. I got some questions for you.
Oh no.
He's on the hot seat. 8-3 Buccos. Wainwright, who was missed a month with an elbow impingement, now getting looked at by the team's medical staff. This is his first game back since going down for about 5 weeks with injury. Already has a base hit tonight, pitched an inning, and he's going to go back out there. So that, I guess, reporting the findings after an inning of getting back.
Tough to see Adam Wainwright in this situation. And Doug, he's been such a great pitcher. Now he's working out of the bullpen. I'm sure it's a gesture to Mike Matheny that, hey, I can give you some innings with a ball game that's a little bit out of hand. You know, he could be just shutting it down or a lot of things, but give him a tip of the cap. He's out there trying to do something to help the ball club.
Exactly, that's true. And, you know, it's nice you have a guy that he's not what he used to be, but he's probably a better pitcher now than he was, you know, earlier before the problems and stuff. But
using a lot of finesse and
coming out there and
experience,
knowing that he can give you some innings when you need it.
Yep. I want to bring up a name to you that you might remember, Sal Campusino from the Philadelphia Phillies.
Don't know who you're talking about, Steve.
2 outs in the 9th, that close to a no-hitter. I'm down in the dugout in Philadelphia waiting to interview Doug, and he bounced this. I don't know where the single was, but 2 outs in the 9th inning.
Mercer with his second hit tonight. Sal Campusano was not a notable player.
No, except for Doug.
And that's what, you know, makes those things. But when you're in that situation, I mean, when do you know about it, and when if at all do you get, you know, a little nervous or start getting, you know, feel different on the mound?
After the 7th inning, you know, you definitely have a good idea, and then going into the 8th, you know. And then you try to do your best to just block it out and stuff. But yeah, I see it. Chico Lean jumped for it, and he had that small glove, but I mean, it was just inches over his glove, it looked like. And you know, I afterwards I said, is that as high as you can get? You jump over people, and that's all you could do?
That's right.
So,
but what about going out to the 9th, walking out to the mound knowing you're that close?
I mean, it's just exciting. I mean, you don't get that chance very often.
But you can still stay in the bubble?
And that, well,
kind of, sort of?
Yeah, kind of, sort of, yeah. You know, you might have a pitch here or there that you get a little loose with and go, wait a minute, okay, hold on. A little different here. Let's go, bear down. Know what you want to do.
Cole gets the sacrifice.
Well, let's go way back. You spent a lot of years in Pittsburgh with the Pirates. You got to feel good when you get a chance to come back to the city, I would think.
I do, definitely. You know, I've always liked Pittsburgh. The fans were always great, and coming back, you know, there's still some that remember and stuff, but it's just nice because good people. We talked about, you know, it's just beautiful down here, and you get back, and you know, good memories always pop up.
Speaking of memories, you know, we were just showing Bob Walk. Do you got any funny stories of playing with Walkie? And I'm sure there's several.
I don't know if there are any I can, you know, say on TV, radio, paper, whatever, but I do remember him and actually Rick Russell, Big Daddy, sit me down because I was kind of tight wound when I first got here, and you know, I let everything affect me, and I remember those two guys sitting me down and just talking to me and kind of telling me how things are and the right way to go about things and stuff like that, and it really helped me out. If it was not getting a butt down, then taking that out to the mound the next inning, and you know, a bad inning coming in and you know, just exploding and then taking it back out with me the next inning. So I always mention those two guys because they had a talk with me, and I mean, it helped. You know, it gave me the right mentality of how to go about things. So
yeah, that and you in turn, I'm sure, had the opportunity to pass some of that type of thing onto young players, because kind of that's the way it's supposed to work.
That's how it works. Yeah, it just you know, domino effect, and it really actually helps me out coaching now with the younger kids to where, you know, listen, it happens to big leaguers too, but here's the difference. This is why they're, you know, there and able to stay there, And this is kind of how you got to take it and learn how to do it. And the sooner you do it, the better off you'll be. You're never going to be 100% out there, have everything. I don't know if it ever goes your way the whole time. So if you're going to let it bother you, you know, you make a career down here. But if you can learn how to grow from it and change things around, you're just going to be a lot better off. So, yeah.
You like coaching a lot?
I do. I like putting the uniform back on.
That will be plenty deep enough.
What you do, keep adding on. You get this kind of lead. Just keep every run you put up now seems like 4 to the other team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you know, being on the field, I don't have to be politically correct. I can act kind of, you know, 30 years younger, 40 years younger, and get by with it. Yeah. And that suits me just fine.
Look at some of our tweets, our Point Park tweets, and folks tweeting in and talking about how they enjoyed watching you play. And well, someone still likes the mustache too. That's
I think it's a different color though.
Well, yeah, somebody painted it white. You know, you take those naps now that you're a senior.
Yeah,
and they paint you.
I actually do.
That's minimal to what these guys are wearing on their face.
Well,
now.
yeah, I could not do that. I could not pull that off. I don't. I know my kids. They both had the big beards and stuff. I'm like, guys, you know, I mean, you're old enough. I can't tell you what to do, but if you want to walk around looking like that, that's fine with me.
And by the way, there's half your breakfast on it.
Doug Drabek joining us, Cy Young Award winner and part of the 3-time division champs in the early 90s. And if you want to go on the Wayback Machine for the mustache, Doug Drabek.
Well, it's transparent now.
There it is.
There it is.
All right.
Yeah. There.
No, wait, that's the wrong picture. That's a different guy. All the stats are good, but that's a different person, isn't it?
53 complete games. It doesn't seem like you're pitching all that long ago, but now a guy gets 2 or 3, and it feels like a lot.
That's true.
Doug, it's so great to see you. Everybody in Pittsburgh enjoyed meeting you and watching you play. It was a treat then. It's a treat now, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I always like coming back. Nice meeting you, and I just enjoy this stuff.
We'll go tell the truth later on.
Yeah, exactly.
Doug Drabek, everybody.
Over the St. Louis Cardinals here at PNC Park. I'm Robbie Mikowski. Well, earlier today at the ballpark, Allegheny Health Network teamed up with Jameson Taillon, Francisco Cervelli, and Josh Harrison for the Catch for Cancer. It was a super cool event. Now, September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, and the goal is to raise awareness to catch cancer early with yearly screenings. Now, today, the group set the Guinness Book of World Records title for the largest game of catch. When prostate cancer is caught early enough, success rates are nearly 100%. Now, everyone received a commemorative baseball, a ticket voucher, and a chance to hang out with Jay Hay, J-Mo, and Frankie Cervelli. And this obviously, Joe and Steve, hits close to home with Tyone, who underwent testicular cancer surgery in May. So really good stuff going on this afternoon, or actually earlier this morning at the ballpark, guys.
Absolutely, yeah, it's all good. Tyone, he gets it. He's paying it back, and he's involved in a lot of things. Jameson Tyone does a lot of good things beside pitch.
And when he first came back, Steve, you know, and he was talking about, you know, I've just now starting to realize what's happening to me and what has happened to him. And he said, you know, I will think about what I want to do. I do want to do something. I want to do many things to try to help educate other people if I can. But you think about a young man in his 20s who had his life flash before his eyes. And then what do you do now that time is, you know, he's able to start to process, and he's starting to be able to do things to help people. And I think that's wonderful. First of all, that right now he's still very good, in remission. But secondly, that he's been more than willing to help out and try to spread good word and uplift those as best he can.
By the way, a couple things with Doug Drabek. So great to have him here. He was fine. His family was fine. His parents were fine down when Harvey came through Texas. And also, Doug wanted to make sure that you know he was pitching coach for AA Jackson in Tennessee for the Diamondbacks. It's always great to see Doug Drabek. He's a quality guy. He's fun. He's full of life. It's a treat to see him.
One of my favorites watching him pitch.
He was a good one.
Yeah, it was neat to meet him tonight. And yeah, the Jackson Generals down there in Jackson, Tennessee. Here, Garrett Cole getting out of that second and third no-out jam last inning with just the one run, getting the next three men. I love you, Bob Walk.
Your son works with my son. All right. Good sign.
Yeah,
give him a good wave, Bob. Come on.
Have a little high right back.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's fun.
Well, wouldn't it be nice to have a sign like that, Joe, for us? Yeah. Not going to happen. It would be nice, though.
Yeah.
No.
Frazier with the diving grab. But Wong was going to beat that out.
Boy, I held my breath at first base. That could have been a collision that might have tangled up Garrett Cole.
Goes as a base hit. Almost snuck through, but Frazier able to keep it.
The dive by Bell, and then Adam getting to it, and there's the traffic at first base, and everybody escapes unscathed for the most part.
So Wong aboard with one out.
Had a very busy first three innings. Big Josh Bell, little Colton Wong.
One strike to Piscotty. Piscotty lined back to the mound as last time, and Cole made a sensational grab, doubled off de Jong to end the inning. Cole's had at least a base runner on against him in every inning, but his limited things, and with that big early advantage.
Still a lot of pitches. He's averaging over 20 an inning. It'll catch up with you in the fifth, sixth inning.
28 in that third after the first three men reached.
Pretty tidy in the second, but it is up there. Close. Diaz wanted it. Cole wanted it. Bill Miller didn't want it. See how close it was. You get some of those. Usually it's a matter of doing your chores and helping Mom. You'll get that call. You got to do a lot of right things.
Now full on Piscotty. And Wong aboard at first. Pitcher spots due up next. Breivik Valera is on deck. He would bat for Wainwright. Strike 3 call.
And he knew it. Pulled him completely. Big strikeout for Garrett.
That's the old knee buckler.
Looking for a fastball and can't quite pull the trigger, and he knows it's right there. He was thinking something else and got the hook.
Here's Breivik Valera, who will bat for Wainwright.
Batting for one of their productive hitters tonight, Adam Wainwright.
1 for 5 as a big leaguer. Out of Montalban in Venezuela. Was with Memphis this year. Not a lot of power, but hit .314. Wainwright went a couple of innings, and Sam Tuivailala getting up next, as it'll be a bullpen day for the Cardinals. Lance Lynn only went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 8 runs tonight, all earned. Even this late in the season, the ERA of Lynn jumped almost 4/10 of a run.
Okay, so I got to get that down to something I can understand. It was 309. What did it go up to?
347.
Okay.
So
those fractions get me. They always did. Yep, that's a lot of innings. 309 to 347. Because 309, well, probably not going to get it under 3 unless you have 2 exceptional starts. That possibility is out the door.
He was 6th best in the league coming into tonight. Pirates score 8 on him and knock him out in the first inning. Valera taps out. Cole Strand's the man. Got a 6-run lead here through 3.5.
It's time for the Toyota all-wheel drive RAV4th inning. Toyota, what drives you?
9-3. The Pirates have the lead. See that big snowman in the first inning. And talking pitching earlier, kind of a neat thing today with Pud Galvin's family. Pud Galvin was a turn of the previous century star in baseball. He's a Hall of Famer and long since passed away, but part of SABR, the Society of American Baseball Research, starting a new project where they want to improve the grave markers of some of the baseball greats, especially those from the 19th century. You know, time wears them away, and so rededicating that today here in our area, and that was Pud Galvin's family. Pud Galvin was a Pirate.
2 years.
Back in the original days.
85 and 86 of 18.
Yeah, 1800s. Yeah, that first official National League Allegheny National Club in 1887. He was the star pitcher on that team. There were only 3 pitchers, but he was one of them.
New pitcher for the Red Sox, the Red Birds, Sam Tuivalala. And there goes the 2 innings. Pud Galvin, you know, when I first started playing base, that's what they called your glove. That, you know, hey, go, you know, put the bat down, go get the Pud, get that glove on your hand, and that told you had to go get your baseball glove.
Yeah, long time pitcher, pitched before there was a National League. But had since passed away 115 years ago, so buried at Calvary. So he rededicated the gravestone. I thought that was nice.
I tried the name once and I got it right, so here's the numbers for Sam.
Sam I am. Tuivalala.
Good ERA, well under 3. Lynn Lucas, Wainwright, and Tuivalala.
So 4 Cardinals pitchers as we begin the 4th. Hard hit, but Wong.
Good play at second base. That ball was coming up at him after a low line drive hit the ground.
First time that the leadoff man has been retired by the Cardinals. Now it's got 8 in the first, another last inning. And now Polanco with 2 away. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Mercer's 2 for 2 this evening. Frazier's batted 3 times, been on base all 3. Marte's driven in a pair, as has Freese, and Mercer with the 3 RBIs. But Tuivalala works a 1-2-3 inning. First time that's happened for the Pirates tonight. Through 4, 9-3 Buccos.
Baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by the Chevy Silverado and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Fifth inning coming up, 9-3 Pirates here on AT&T Sportsnet. Glad you're with us here on this Saturday night. A lot of offense in that first inning. I was I'm amused at how we build it as a pitching performance we thought was going to shape up, but the Pirates did not want to have any part of that offensively, knocking Lance Lynn out after 2/3 of an inning. And Garrett Cole has held up his end of the bargain after the Cardinals had 2 runs, 2 batters in.
So we settled down somewhat. Fourth inning was scoreless.
Now even up on Carpenter. Tough to solve tonight. A couple of singles.
There's a signature that you know it's Matt Carpenter. He'll step out, or before he gets in the batter's box, he'll go halfway up the bat just to swing it. There he is again. Yep. That's what you call choking up right there. Now he's ready. You always know it's Matt Carpenter. Guys have different quirks. Drabek used to tug at the front of his shirt, much like Jordy Mercer.
Yeah,
will do that.
Tap on the chest to say hello to his family. Deep fly ball, but routine for McCutcheon. And there's one away.
And well, we have a moment. I've said this to Greg personally, but well, I'll get to that in a moment.
Speaking of Doug Drabek, on our Point Park tweets, Kelly tweeting in that the old Elby's big boy glasses that they used to give out, the signature mustache of Doug Drabek, who was kind enough to join us just a little bit ago. So back in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Players still have mustaches. They just have the beard to go along with them.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy Pham tonight also been tough to solve. Driven in 3.
That one's easy. And sorry about that. I started a little thing for Greg Brown, our good friend, and I think in my mind as good a play-by-play guy as there is in Major League Baseball. Just recently, and I said this to him privately, but I want to say it publicly, he received the Mid-Atlantic Regional Emmy titled Talent for Sports Analyst, play-by-play, and congratulations, Greg. I don't think I know of anybody in Major League Baseball that does it better than he does in terms of preparation and presentation. Greg Brown, an Emmy Award winner, and much deserved. Great recognition for a great friend and kind of a treasure in our town, I think.
And so humbled by it too. It just, oh, what a play by Josh Bell. 6'2" first baseman climbing upstairs. And Bell able to snare that hot shot.
Yeah, look the ladder.
Half of inning number 5, and I am up here hanging out in the suite level in left field. This gentleman is named Chris Berner. He works for Bristol Myers Squibb, but more importantly, he's a cyclist in the Coast to Coast for Cancer bike ride that's going on from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast. Chris, can you just explain a little bit about what this ride is?
Yeah, this is the 4th year in a row that Bristol Myers Squibb employees have come together to ride coast to coast with the whole purpose of raising money for Stand Up to Cancer. So this year we've got about 90 riders riding 2,800 miles. They started at the beginning of the month and they'll end next week on the New Jersey coast. Every dollar that gets donated is matched dollar for dollar by Bristol Myers Squibb. Our goal is to raise over $1 million for Stand Up to Cancer this year.
That's fantastic stuff. Now, logistically, I have to ask, how do you pull something like this off? 93 people trying to ride 2,800 miles.
Well, the thing about it is all of these riders are novice riders. So most of these folks certainly aren't riding every single day. So they start training 3 or 4 months back, and they ride in 3-day segments. 93 riders, 2,800 miles. It's a great event, and everyone comes together. Everyone on the back of their jersey has a name of a patient. That's what brings us all together.
And it's fantastic stuff. You're seeing footage of all the riders being part in a pregame ceremony on the field. They've been recognized outside the ballpark here. Finally, somebody might be watching this right now and might want to donate and be a part of this. How can they do it?
Go to cancerbikeride.org. That's the best way to go. You can read about these riders. You can follow their journey. We encourage everyone to get onto cancerbikeride.org and donate.
Yep, that's fantastic stuff. And Chris, congratulations and best wishes the rest of the ride.
Thank you very much. It's been great.
Yep. Joe, it's fantastic stuff here when you talk about what they're able to do. Stand Up to Cancer, very closely associated with Major League Baseball. And these guys are doing their part. A lot of great stuff going on the North Shore all day and night.
Well, thank you, Robbie, and yeah, I just you
congratulations, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, especially that these are folks that just want to help and figure out a way to do that, and training rigorously to do that. Sometimes it rains, sometimes you're going uphill for 8 hours on almost no sleep, you know, so little things like that to show how committed they are to trying to end this terrible disease.
Coast to coast caring.
Yeah, I don't want the Rocky Mountain route. Give me Kansas.
Yeah. And then, of course, you go to the end of Kansas and you have to say, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah. Mercer having a big night at the plate. Couple of hits, 3 RBIs. This one hit well toward the notch. Fan can't get it. And kicks it around. That means Diaz will score. And Mercer's a home run shy of the cycle here in the 5th inning. What a night for Jordy Mercer.
Amen. And that ball had a lot of carry to it. It looked like Fan might be able to cut across. Fowler might be able to cut across, but that was out there toward the notch in a hurry. And then they compound the problem by getting to the baseball and then kicking it. And that allows Diaz to come all the way around. There's the kick. And on we go.
So a single and then a double by Mercer. 4 RBIs tonight, and Tuivalala has been touched. Big night for Mercer. RBI number 58. Bell leads the club. McCutcheon and then Jordy Mercer.
A lot of base running for Jordy. He'll sleep well tonight.
Cole will bat for a 3rd time. With nobody out, trying to move Mercer. That's a good bunt. Sacrifice successful.
And he adds to his total. That's 12 now for Garrett Cole, doing his job, not just pitching, but with the bat.
Yeah, you can bring the whole family to the last Kids Day of the season. That's tomorrow afternoon. These same 2 teams at 1:35, and all kids 14 and younger receive a 3/4 sleeve warm-up shirt, thanks to StarKist. And then before the game, you can go to the Family Fun Zone out on Federal Street. After the game, kids can run the bases on the field. Get your seats at pirates.com/kidsday.
always a fun time, and we'll do it once more.
Speaking of busy nights, the man at the plate, Adam Frazier, on base all 3 times. Got that average up to 283, came in at 279, creeping up, and he continues to be a positive story for the Pittsburgh Pirates in 2017. Haven't had all that many positive stories, bits and pieces, but this guy has been a good story throughout.
Infield in with 1 out. Right to Wong, and that holds Mercer. First time tonight Frazier's been retired. Look at our day automotive this day in Pirates history. Back in 2013, the Pirates beating the Cubs 2-1 and clinching the first postseason spot in 20 seasons. And Starling Marte with that go-ahead home run. Martin holding on to the ball, and time to celebrate in Pittsburgh, and getting to celebrate right after the Cardinals have defeated the Nationals that night. A memorable.
Happy days. Those are really happy days.
We had Doug Drabek visiting us here in the booth, and think about that long time between postseason bursts. Clint Hurdle leading the Pirates to 3 consecutive.
Well, that's what Drabek was part of, 90, 91, 92. Quite a collection of talent on that team, as they did in 2013. Getting it done.
And now the goal here, the final days of this season. Check some things out and then get poised to try to get back there next year. Well, the Pirates, despite all the things that were going haywire this year, found themselves at 500 37 games ago, but have slid late to make this feel like a distant season. But they were hanging around as most recently as August 11th, when they were at 500. But still, it's where you finish. And the Pirates will have to regroup for next year. Marte having a good night at the plate. RBI triple, walked and scored a run, sac fly, driven in a pair. Got a man in scoring position with 2 outs. Mercer standing at third.
Everybody's been invited to the party so far except Josh Bell.
Cracked his bat. DeYoung fires a strike. Had to get Marte. Clint Hurdle would like to at least wait to see if
in Mount Lebanon, went to Oakland Catholic High School throughout the ceremonial first pitch, and we're pleased to be joined by Leah Smith right now. Leah, show everybody that gold medal right now. Look at that. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, gold medalist. How do you describe the feeling of representing your city in Western Pennsylvania the way you have?
It's amazing. There were so many different athletes growing up in Pittsburgh that I looked up to, and just the thought of little kids looking up to me and representing Pittsburgh is so cool to me. And I know that I had so much support in Pittsburgh while I was in Rio and through all of my endeavors, and so that's really cool to me.
There are swimmers all over the world that dream of wearing this, an Olympic gold medal. Now, you won this on the 4x200 meter relay freestyle event. What was your reaction when you found out you won gold?
So I actually swam second on the relay, and there were 2 other legs behind me. So it was really definitely a team effort, and just cheering on the last 2 girls, knowing we were in the lead with the last leg. Katie Ledecky anchored it. Just watching Katie, hammer it home was amazing. And just that last lap, we were all thinking we're going to be gold medalists, and that's really cool.
Now, you won a bronze medal on your own. When you're standing on that platform and the national anthem is playing, what is going through your head?
I mean, just nothing but pride. It's just your hands over your heart, and there's so many emotions that are going through your head. But just, so proud of the girls that were on the relay with me, but you have to take a moment to be really proud of yourself and proud of all the people that helped you get there.
And you mentioned all the people that helped you get there. Who are they, and what would you like to say to them?
My parents, definitely number one. And then behind that, the rest of my family, my siblings, all my cousins, they're here with me. And just my entire college team at the University of Virginia, and, all of Pittsburgh, really. And I know they all got behind me, and that's really awesome. So thank you.
And it's fantastic stuff. Congratulations to you, Leah.
Thank you.
Joe and Steve, this thing is way heavier than you would think, and it's fantastic. I know this isn't heavy hanging around her neck. It can't be that heavy to you, right?
It's a little bit heavy.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Great stuff. Leah Smith, Oakland Catholic graduate and gold medalist. How about that?
Oh, that's neat.
That is precious. That is well earned. Congratulations to Leah Smith. Terrific.
That was fun to watch him.
They don't give those things away.
And that's just something that inspires us all. And it was neat to hear what it's like for the participants themselves. And they're in the midst of it. These guys, they get to do this every night. And if they have a bad one, okay, let's go out and try it again.
But they get a chance to get a ring. So gold medal, World Series ring. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, they have to, if they don't get it right one night, they have to wait 4 more years before they can try to do it again. So.
Absolutely. That is the interesting thing about the Olympics. You train for 4 years. It makes me nervous watching them, because one slip and those four years can go away.
Yeah.
It's nerve-wracking to watch them compete.
Max Moroff in the game at short. Cardinals using some substitutions. Diaz pinch hitting to lead off the inning. Now Carson Kelly for Molina. Diaz with that double to start. So both teams starting to make some substitutions, with the score very much in the Pirates' favor. Moroff just in the game.
Oh,
good scoop.
Ole. Wilson Pickett. Wilson. Yep. Nice play by Josh Bell. Nice play by Moroff going deep in the hole. So pile those outs up. Here's Max. He gets tested right away, throwing on the move. And then how about this? Pretty.
Garrett Cole appreciating that, showing some nice range. And Bell with the scoop. A.J. Schugel starting to loosen with Cole's pitch count nearing 90. Probably going to be the last inning for Cole.
Kept it together after 2 quick runs. I mean, single home run, bang, we're down 2-0. Just finished playing the national anthem. The Pirates roared back with an 8 spot. Thank you very much. Makes life a little easier for Clint Hurdle. Not completely easy.
Luke Voigt pinch hitting for DeYoung. Cole with 4 strikeouts tonight. Looks like it's be a slim chance he'll get to 200 this year, but he should get to 200 innings. If he completes the 6, he'll be at 198 for the year. Start to think about those numbers, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's a big milestone for pitchers now.
Heck, 162 seems big, just qualifying for the ERA title. We hardly see any guys do that anymore. So many injuries to pitchers.
Did you happen to see that number for Pud Galvin? 6,000 innings.
In 15 years.
6,000 innings.
Now,
he had something like 60-some decisions one year, I think.
Sandy Alcantara getting up. Yeah, Pud Galvin, we were talking about him earlier. In his first full season, remember, you got to ease a guy in, a young arm who's 22 years old, 593 innings. This is in 1879 now, so times have changed.
Pretty strong rookie year.
Much lower these days, but Cole moving on up that list. This is most innings pitched throughout the National League.
Updated, yep, currently.
That's a sense of pride. Especially last year, that injury-plagued season. Cole healthy. And likely going to make one more. That would make 33 starts for Cole this year.
Well, we'll see what happens tonight, and then run him out there for what, 2 or 3 innings, get it done, and then see what happens. See if they just want him to get to that plateau, or they'll just let him continue on in the ballgame.
'98 from Cole in the 6th.
Way up, way in. Maybe a little bit of a self-preservation contact with the bat.
Only the 4th time that Diaz has caught Cole. There's Ivan Nova.
Did a good job last night.
Yeah.
Really had a lot of traffic around him. He never really was in sync. He walked 4, but got out of there 5 innings, 2 runs when you're not on your game, and you can do that. Limit the other team to 2 runs for as long as you're out there. You haven't let the game get away.
I'm talking with Nova today about that last outing and saying that, at this point of the season, he's never pitched this many innings. He's never had this many starts, and being able to be healthy and make all starts, he felt like this season is a great sense of pride for him. But also, he now knows what it's like to pitch to this point of the year, and it gets you, even if you prepare like he did. It still can get you a little bit, and he didn't like how long of a lull he had, trying to surge late in the season. Eric Cole still with some gas. 98.
Well, he probably got a pretty good idea this is going to be it for him. Now he wants to talk with Diaz, perhaps exchanging some information about Mr. Garcia. You don't usually call your catcher out after a strikeout unless you're thinking about the next hitter.
Garcia with a couple of home runs. Batting for Wong. Most of the Cardinals infield substituted for here in the 6th.
Thought about going after that one.
$100 pitches for Cole. 5 strikeouts tonight, no walks. The season up to 189 strikeouts now. Schugel more than ready.
And he's been quite a story this year, emerging as a very dependable guy out of the Pirate bullpen. See how that plays out next year.
Now 3-1. For Cole, 11 strikeouts shy of 200. If he can get to that mark with Piscotty on deck. Only Bob Veal, the only Pirate to have multiple seasons of 200 strikeouts, did it 4 times. Cole's done it once. That's his first walk issued tonight.
And that's a situation where Mr. Hurdle thinks that Mr. Cole's running low in the tank.
Well, be it for Garrett Cole tonight.
But he will hear it from this crowd because he kept it together after a very abrupt, tough start. Garrett Cole getting it done for the Pittsburgh Pirates on a Saturday night. Well done, young man.
Cole leaves with a 10-3 lead here in the 6th. Great images on our Allegheny Health Network Super Bowl. Music from Third Eye Blind. Right here, 10-3 Pirates.
And we bring in A.J. Schugel with his magical changeup.
Coming on with inherited runners. That has been kind of the thing that he's been doing. He's been kind of thrust into that role.
Look at those numbers. 4-0, 171 ERA. Yeah, he has been a bright light out of the Pirate bullpen. Opponents hitting below 250.
Stranded 14 of the 25 inherited runners. Got to a board here with Diaz. Led off the inning with a double. He's still there. And Garcia at first.
Change up, missing downstairs. Not to imply that he is a one-pitch pitcher. That's not the case, but he decides to throw the off-speed pitch. It has been very effective for him.
And introducing the curveball again late in the season to be able to pitch to some of the NL Central Division opponents who have kind of seen that fastball changeup mix. Now we have another off-speed offering. But yeah, the changeup's the pitch. It's been the most effective changeup in baseball in his 2 years with the Pirates in terms of batting average against. Opposing batters hit 109 off that changeup, and they swing and miss at it. For every 6 that he throws, they'll swing and miss at it once. So that's how often that he fools them with it. Kind of an under the radar pitcher, and not pitched with the Pirates for a full season yet. They'll walk Piscotty to load the bases. And with the pitcher spot coming up, and the Cardinals down 7, they want to try to make this a game again. They'll bring on their best power hitter off the bench, and Diaz. We'll talk about Randall Grichuk.
Well,
dangerous hitter.
And certainly the accolades for the changeup that A.J. Schul throws, well deserved, but still got to get outs with it, along with everything else, and you don't want the Redbirds to make any noise. It's not an absolutely desperate out to get, but we certainly want to get it, and we're not going to get it. It's going to cost us 1 run at this point, but no.
The misplay will allow another run to score, and the Cardinals creeping back in. They're down 10-5. Should be a single and an error.
They had stopped the first runner at third base, but then it got away from Andrew, and everybody moved up.
And it is. So the error allows Garcia to score. Have a run batted into Grichuk. Scotty moves up to third. Grichuk to second. On the 4th error of the season by McCutchen. Ray Searage trying to settle some things down here. The Cardinals have pinch hit for all their regular players here, or just about all of them, and if Schugel isn't careful, that the Cardinals can find themselves right in the thick of it again. They've made it a 5-run game here in the 6th. So Daniel Hudson also has come on with a lot of inherited runners this season. Will start to loosen. So those 2 runs go on the ledger of Cole. Cole gives up 5 runs in 5 2/3 tonight.
Is that 4 earned?
Doesn't feel like that kind of feel to it. Yeah, with the error moving up right now, that's. We get the final out here, then yes. Harrison Bader pinch hitting for Matt Carpenter. Behind. Bader hit 20 home runs down in Memphis. Cardinals have a good crop of kids up this year in September. Keep churning them out. I really like him in center field. They think he's going to be a mainstay. They got Fowler signed to a long-term deal, but never know with injuries or underperformance.
One note on these 6 pinch hitters used this inning, that ties a major league record for most pinch hitters used.
Well, we're getting a note that
by 1 club.
Weird record. Mike Matheny using 6 pinch hitters in the inning. That is tied a major league record. The more you know. That is a foul ball. It contacted the batter in the box. Only in September, right?
AJ Schugel working hard to get an out here. Put this top of the 6th to rest.
All the pinch hitters. 37 men on the Cardinals roster tonight. The Pirates with 35. In September, the rosters expand. Different sort of baseball when the games matter the most down the stretch. Three-two. Sneaking through. Moroff. He doesn't have a play, but that saves a run. Holding Grichuk at third. Piscotty in. The Cardinals will now have the tying run coming up on deck here in the 6th inning. They've scored 3 times. Moroff showing a lot of range there. I thought that one was ticketed for center field.
You don't want to let this thing get out of hand, so we're going to see a new pitcher.
So that'll be it for Schugel. Yeah, the Pirates will employ their 3rd pitcher to try to get this final out here in the 6th inning. Baseball break, and the Dodgers have clinched the National League West title, their 5th consecutive division win. Major League Baseball announced it's going to donate $1 million to Hurricane Maria relief. And there's the website for fan donations. Travis Shaw today. Brewers finally win one of these close games. A 2-run home run off of Wade Davis after the Cubs had already scored in the 10th. They come back to win 4-3 today. So the Brewers still very much alive in the postseason. The Yankees also clinching tonight, so starting to get a clearer picture of the postseason. Cardinals still in the thick of things. Pirates trying to hand them a loss tonight, but Cardinals working their way back in. Tough to get this final out of the 6th inning.
Yeah, Schugel faced 3 batters, did not retire anybody. By the way, I was wrong. It's 5 runs for Cole. They're all earned, according to the official score. So not 4 earned, 5 earned.
Hudson on. Inheriting a couple of runners, trying to strand him here. He has stranded 19 of the 26 this year. Moroff getting in front of that ball. Nice play to get the final out.
A very nice play, a very important out.
Cardinals pick up 3, and they're back in it 10-6 here in the 6th.
Brought to you by Barrel. Check out barreltires.com and never overpay for tires again. And by Levin's, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Beautiful night, and the Pirates with 8 early runs still holding on 10-6 here in the 6th. Weather-wise, great night, fun night for some offense. Mike Matheny has made some wholesale changes here for the Cardinals.
Like everybody, maybe.
And so Harrison Bader, well, first we'll start on the mound here tonight. Sandy Alcantara
making his 5th appearance. Like a late night infomercial. But wait, there's more.
Yeah, kind of like a spring training game with all the changes at once. The Cardinals seeing this game at 10-3, they think, okay, all right, we're going to put in all our backups. But they got Bader in left now. And Carson Kelly staying in the game to catch. Aledmys Diaz at 3rd. Luke Voigt at 1st. Greg Garcia at 2nd. Alex Mejia batting 9th at shortstop. And McCutchen batting for the Pirates. What did you say earlier tonight? You don't stop trying to add to the lead.
Pile it up. I said we might have a barn burner. We do. We've got 16 runs, 21 hits, a couple errors mixed in.
McCutchen tonight 1 for 3.
I think Piscotty's still in the game. Did I have that right?
He is, yep. And Fowler.
What'd he do wrong?
Well, they have a couple of guys left on the bench. Cardinals have a catcher and an outfielder. There's Dexter Fowler still in the game, so it's leaving a couple of guys in reserve.
It's not Abbott and Costello, but who's on second again? No, who's on first? But who is playing second currently?
Garcia.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Third base.
Pham is out. Bader is in.
Yep, got the rest of them. My scorecard looks like the bottom of a parakeet cage. Stuff all over the place.
Here's the lineup. 2 innings, 2 hits.
Tuivailala, couple of innings, a run, 2 hits, 1 strikeout.
The last one from Alcantara at 100 miles an hour. Whoa, that's the second one up and in on Kutch tonight.
Yeah, that's when you start thinking about it.
That's a tough ball for it.
Once, yeah, you don't think too much about it. The second time, yeah, it ain't right. Pardon the grammar, but it's simply not.
So the Pirates have the leadoff man on for Bell. Drew a walk back in the second. 0 for 2 tonight. Alcantara, you see that very good live arm from the 22-year-old.
Very slender.
Through 20 wild pitches at AA Springfield this year. Walking nearly 4 per 9 innings.
Comes off the fastball there. 89-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. You didn't used to see that. That used to be a decent fastball. Pinball into the Pirates dugout. There are openings, as you see right there, where baseball can get in.
Yeah, the Pirates before this season adding that expanded netting down in front of both dugouts and using a different style of netting too. You could see right through it, very thin, no knots, and fans raving about it because they can see through it, you know. And I think, you know, through the years I've talked with fans, and the majority of fans have said that we don't want more nets because we want to be able to see the game. That's why we, you know, pay for the seats. But once they introduce these style of nets,
do you know it's there?
You don't even know it's there. And so I think when that was rolled out this year for the Pirates, it was overwhelmingly positive.
Yep. Technology wins in that particular aspect. Yeah, you can protect them and they can still see.
And in light of what's happened in New York and in Cincinnati in recent days too, it's a reminder that, you know, Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, has said, you know, he's going to revisit whether to mandate that. Last year it was a recommendation, a strong recommendation for baseball. Many teams like the Pirates decided to do that, and already 4 more teams this week have committed to expanding the netting.
And also even existing, they're talking about expanding existing netting.
Exactly. Well, driving one right to Piscotty. And the other part of that too is, you know, this day and age, through the years, either in the old ballparks or in these newer parks, the seats are closer. There are, you know, the backstop used to be 80 feet in a lot of places, and then you'd have a long swath of foul territory. Seats are closer up the baselines now, so it's not only that the ball is, you know, being hit harder and guys are throwing harder and the guys are stronger, fans are closer. All these things kind of combine, and we've got the technology now. You can still get a great look. Guys can still throw you a ball, but you're safer, a lot safer. And so I think we're coming to develop that now.
And you're wondering if that will apply down at McKechnie Field, where the fans are really close. I don't know, maybe do they already have it down there, Joe? Do we have the netting down at McKechnie Field?
Yeah, they had some.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the exact same stuff that they've got here, but it's thin enough that makes it look really.
That is really close down there.
Easily viewable through, and that ballpark's different too. And that's what, you know, it's an old ballpark. There are some other parks throughout in Major League Baseball that have some challenges in engineering, and that's what some of the teams have talked about. But I think there's a strong movement now that they'll meet those engineering challenges and try to be able to protect the fans that are close enough that even if you are paying attention, it is still very difficult to react in time. So. It's a good topic. It's worth discussing. And like I said, I think the tenor of it has changed here in recent years. You know, you bring your kids to the ballpark, especially. I don't care. Yeah, you know, I mean, you could be young and got your glove. You want to make it a fun time, you know. And so I think kudos to the Pirates, the other teams that either have or are continuing to think about adding that netting. Just enough to protect you, but not enough to take away from the intimacy of this beautiful game. And that's the difference.
Outer reaches.
Seeing through it and not seeing through it. When you're 7 rows back like that, look at it. You don't tell. Great shot. Thanks for that perspective. Fowler closing in for the second out. Let's check in with our studios. Paul Alexander has a game break. Yeah, the postseason picture getting a little clearer as you know, tomorrow the season ends a week from tomorrow, and or at least it's scheduled to end if there's a play-in. That's why, you know, I know it's not as popular with how it went for the Pirates, but that's a pretty cool horn.
Yeah.
But the 2 wild card picture expands the teams that are involved later. And it also adds some intrigue in seasons like this one where we have had very few divisional races really you know, be close really since June. 4 of them have been pretty much wrapped up.
Yeah, that's usually not the case, but this year some runaways.
So it still keeps a lot of intrigue in that regard.
But then when the regular season ends next Sunday, all bets are off.
Oh, I'm with you.
Crapshoot.
I've gone back. I tried to figure out, okay, well, maybe, you know, teams like Clint Hurdle's 2007 Rockies, right? They carry the momentum of, you know, winning so many games late in the regular season to make it all the way to the World Series, but then they didn't win a World Series game. So, you know, is momentum a thing or not a thing? It doesn't seem like there's a correlation.
No, there is not.
The Giants in 14 backing in with a sub 500 record over the final 110 games. They've got a great pitcher in Bumgarner who's, you know, impossible to beat, and that was the way that they rode him all the way to the title. So you got to have good results to win. That's the only correlation. You got to win. Base hit for Polanco, a 3-hit night.
And you know, the age-old conversation used to be too: do you want rested guys, or do you want them fired up, running right to the end? And so, if you got a big lead, do you rest them and they get rusty, or you keep playing them to keep them ready and tire them out?
No one has the right answer.
No.
It's just fun to sit back and watch.
The only advantage if you lock it up early, maybe you can set up a pitching rotation. That might give you a little advantage, but there's no guarantee in that.
Well, the Pirates trying to add on here as the Cardinals have crept back within striking distance.
13 hits for the Bucks. Lucky 13. Let's hope it remains lucky.
Alcantara in his 5th major league game.
It's pretty efficient. 13 hits, 10 runs. It's maxing out. Of course, when you just start piling up hit after hit after hit, creates runs like they did in the first inning. It helps.
Yeah, 7 hits in that inning.
Got the wave going in the ballpark tonight. Haven't seen the wave in a while.
Diaz deep out to left. And Bader tracks it down. Some hard hit balls in the inning, but the Pirates turned their side in the 6th. Still 10-6. Former Brave, like Ron Gant, I guess. John Gant pitched for the Braves last year.
Major league outfielder for a good bit of time.
Dexter Fowler 0 for 3 tonight. He was red hot coming in, riding a 6-game streak. Cardinals have collected 9 hits tonight. Pirates, though, besting them with 13. And with Milwaukee winning today over the Cubs, right now at the moment those two teams are tied, chasing Colorado for that final wild card berth. At the very moment, both teams situated a game and a half behind the Rockies. Colorado snapping that 4-game losing skid last night. Now hold on, they've been in that spot for just about this whole season. There was a time where you would think it would be a heresy that a second wild card would come out of the Central because the division leader had been so poor. Diamondbacks are going to be the first wild card. Look at the lowdown. That Rockies team right now scoreless in San Diego in the 4th. Nationals, Dodgers already in. Nationals coming into tonight leading their division by 20 games.
They really haven't looked back, have they?
Well, now, you know, it's
hard to see anybody in the rearview mirror.
It used to be that with the postseason, when there were only 4 divisions in all of baseball, it didn't really matter a whole lot. The one-loss record, it was, you knew you were going to play in the league championship series. It's a matter of home field, but the World Series wasn't determined by one-loss record, the home field advantage, until last year again. So now you can determine whether you host in that wild card or in the division series or in the LCS. So teams still playing for that overall record, even with a big division lead. Leadoff walk to Fowler. And the Living Dead come to PNC Park this Tuesday for Zombie Night when the Pirates host the Orioles at 7:05. Packages include the official Pirates Zombie Night t-shirt. Get your tickets at pirates.com/zombies. Aledmys Diaz, who came on as a pinch hitter last inning, ripped a double. Cardinals scored 3 times in that 6th, depositing 2 of those runs on Garrett Cole after he left the game.
Just looking for outs. Out, you know, put one foot in front of the other and just keep kicking it down the street. It wouldn't be all bad to get a ground ball right here. You don't want to wake the Cardinals up. Breaking ball, cutter, slider to take the lead in the count. Ball 2 strikes.
Dovydas Neverauskas and Dan Runzler, left-hander. Hudson came on to get the final out of the 6th. There's a fair ball. Able to get one. Diaz alertly pouncing on that one and getting the lead out.
I'm glad he got it because it's a longer throw. And if he doesn't get it, you start to say, well, you know, that run at second base that he tried to get doesn't beat you, but he makes a good strong throw. He likes to show that arm off, and he should. And, they get an out. There was going to be 1 out available.
Yeah, like you said, you got to be sure, and by getting followed by 2 or 3 steps. That was a good bet. But yeah, bang bang play, you don't want to see that.
Yeah,
especially.
Don't need any drama right now. Just get her done.
So they tick off one of those needed outs.
At least double play in order.
Carson Kelly, fine looking catching prospect for the Cardinals. They've got Molina locked up for years to come, though.
Think we'll have a good turnout of zombies on a zombie night.
Yeah, that's a funny promotion. You know, I think about how Major League Baseball has mirrored minor league baseball over the past, I don't know, decade plus now. With kind of the minor league baseball just trying to entertain and then draw fans. You know, people aren't as concerned about the wins and losses. Well, there, Robbie with the throw.
Speaking of zombies,
oh my gosh!
Well, Robbie said he was going to dress up on Halloween as a zombie.
Oh, okay. I could see it. Maybe a mummy.
Well, zombies have been the hot costume at Halloween for the last several years.
They're scary.
Yeah.
Very versatile. Another good slider from Hudson. First strikeout for Daniel Hudson.
Unhittable. Really can't do much with that.
Two outs in the 7th.
Daniel's been much better recently. Put together Several good outings. It has been a struggle for him most of the season.
Luke Voigt struck out looking on 9 pitches last inning. Adam Hamari down to first. Voigt came up midway through this season. Cardinals have a lot of fresh faces. Not only in the game today, but they've had to work in some young players. As the year has gone on, they've had some veterans underperform, a few injuries too. And the Cardinals keep finding ways to replace those guys, but still on the outside looking into the postseason as we stand here tonight.
You might hear in the background a member of the Gateway Clipper fleet making it down the Allegheny. And it looks like a good crowd on hand.
What a
backdrop you have to look at this whole picture.
What an evening delight.
Just wonderful.
We've had summer-like temperatures here in the first days of autumn.
Yeah, we're going to continue for several days.
Usually this time of year it's sweater weather. We're thinking about how that seeds its way to the leaves falling and the postseason near. But tonight, why not get on top deck? Still t-shirt and shorts weather.
Still looks like the background of a movie set at night with the contrast and the colors. Full count, looking for out number 3 in the 7th. Goodbye him across the river. Yeah, hello. Yep.
Hey, Amy and Troy.
All right. Yep. Whenever I see Amy, I think of her dad. I see Nelson King, one of the good guys that we all ran across in the game of baseball.
Voigt strikes out to end it. Let's have a stretch. Bucco's on top. In Oakland, this is Bruce Maxwell, a young player for the A's, and the first baseball player to make the statement kneeling during the anthem. And for Oakland, they tweeted out this, that the A's priding themselves on being inclusive and respecting and supporting the players' constitutional right and freedom of expression. So certainly wherever you stand on the issue, this is something that is noteworthy, because we hadn't seen a ball player do this yet, at least a baseball player. And so that's what took place earlier today
in Oakland for the young player. Bruce Maxwell, a family in the military, and describes himself as a very patriotic, and so that taking place earlier today.
Brett Cecil on the mound, bottom of the 7th. His numbers.
Max Moroff came in the game for Mercer, batting for the first time. So Mercer did not get that opportunity to hit a home run and hit for the cycle tonight. But we've seen Moroff make some slick plays in the field that, you know, the way that this game has now edged a little closer, maybe help and keep that way.
Max got a good glove. There's no doubt about that. He can pick it.
And swinging the bat better here in the second half of the season as well, after he began his big league career 4 for 50, getting closer to 300 since the break. One out in the Pirates' 7th. MLB.com at bat. That's your #1 mobile app for live Pirates baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. You can get Pirates home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. Christopher Bostic will pinch hit. First year in the major leagues. Played a great deal this season with Indianapolis. And an award winner today as well, as a part of the Pirates Community Commitment Program, which recognizes a player from each rung on the minor league ladder for the Pirates for their work in the community, and Mr. Bostic for the Indianapolis club, being recognized on the field before the game today.
It's a nice program for the young players to get a feel for what will be expected of them when they get to the big leagues, if and when they get there. Some life lessons. Minor league player of the year.
The minor league pitcher of the year for the Pirates, Stephen Brault, who was also he's got more awards than Greg Brown right now. The International League pitcher of the year. And then there's Bostic getting that award. Larry Broadway, the farm director, putting things together, and all the award recipients here today as well. We saw Jonathan Schwind in there from Altoona. Brett Helton and Daniel Zamora from Bradenton. Eduardo Vera from the Power, and Shane Kemp from the Black Bears. So congratulations to all the recipients. And get to take in a ball game too tonight, and for especially for the younger guys, dream about what could be.
Nice recognition
down the road. Also, congrats to Jordan Luplow, the Pirates minor league player of the year, awarded today.
Luplow was named the Pirates Minor League Player of the Year, and on the left is pitcher Steven Brault. He was named the Minor League Pitcher of the Season. You see them getting their awards presented by Pirates Minor League Farm Director Larry Broadway. The two put together some fantastic seasons. Luplow is an unbelievable story. The guy wasn't even in big league camp in Bradenton. Started the season with the AA Altoona Curve, played a bunch of games with them before spending a brief period of time in AA, and here he is, a big leaguer before season's end. You see what his combined numbers were in AA and AAA. As we look at Brault's numbers on the left, a 10-5 record with an ERA of 1.94. Fantastic stuff. He's another good story. He obviously made his big league debut last year, but he did not make the team coming out of spring training. So obviously there's a little bit of disappointment. And there's Andy Barquette, the AAA manager for the Indianapolis Indians. And Brault is very quick to credit on multiple occasions one conversation that Barquette had with Steven Brault. He said, listen, you're this guy with tattoos, blonde frosted tips in your hair, and you're nibbling around the strike zone when you're pitching. Why don't you just go after these guys? Match that personality that you have. Get aggressive. Brault said it was a tough conversation, but it was one that he absolutely had to hear. Since then, he pitched to the tune of a sub-2 ERA, something that's only been done a couple times in the history of the Indianapolis Indians as far as a guy winning the ERA title. So really, Brault and Luplow both quick to credit everyone that helped them get there. But congratulations go out to both guys, Joe and Steve.
Yeah, you know, both great stories. And Brault, talking with him the other day, you know, those last two starts, Steve, you saw him be more aggressive too. He took that and started to apply it at the major league level, and once he's gotten that confidence, now you're starting to see what we saw at AAA.
Well, sometimes you just hear the right voice. It hits you, the right conversation hits you just right at the right time, and a thing or two starts making sense.
And for Luplow, an extraordinary season in terms of, you know, how many guys get invited to spring training? You get a whole bunch of guys that come in. Anybody that you think has pretty much a shot of making the ball club at some point during the year. And Luplow was not on that list. And you know, it wasn't a slight on Luplow. He had just been an A-ball the year before. He would have had a very successful year if he played all season at AA Altoona. Instead, got promoted to AAA and the big leagues in August, or July actually. At the end of July, he was promoted. So. Great to see both those men here with the Pirates and contributing. So Runsler, the lefty, brought in to retire the left-handed batting Garcia. His job is done. Dovydas Neverauskas coming on. Old one to look forward to Miller time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite. The Skull Bar here at PNC Park. 10-6. Buccos lead. There, yeah. Have a nice little beverage. Hot night. Why not? We told you it'd be a pitcher's duel tonight.
Yeah, still is. A lot of guys pitching.
Dovydas Neverauskas. What a fine rookie campaign.
And I asked Ray Searage, we're going to have our last conversation with Ray on the radio side tomorrow about Davidas and his approach to the game, and being from Lithuania. They said, you got to understand, he's been pitching for us for 8 years in the minor leagues. His approach and his routines that he does very much in line what they need to be in this American game, if you will. He's had years of exposure to it, so he knows the drill, he knows the dance.
Yeah, the greatest transition probably lately has been going from a starting rotation to becoming a reliever midway through the 15 season. So really only 2 years out of the bullpen, but really has taken to that after kind of stalling as a starter. You see that electric arm.
Just got to keep it under control. Maybe throw a few more strikes. Be a little more consistent with the strike zone.
Not uncommon for a young pitcher. Tyler Glass now out there too. Yeah, a lot of young pitching. We're just talking about the Pirates minor league pitchers, pitcher of the year, and it's rare to see a guy come up and be polished in that regard. Neverauskas also up and down 5 times this year, so I'm going to come back up and try to make an impression. Clint Hurdle using him in some very important roles too here down the stretch. Alex Mejia batting for the first time. When Neverauskas made his big league debut, he was the 18,949th player. And the first one born and raised in Lithuania.
What a distinction. I think I heard you saying early on that a uniform or at least a hat from him and Gift and Gope in Cooperstown.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame asking for that. Gift and Gope, who worked as a shortstop infielder for the Pirates earlier this season, the first player from the continent of Africa to ever play in the major leagues. You think about all the years of the major leagues and the 1.2 billion people that live on the continent but not popular. Other reasons through the years, but Ngope being coming to first and Neverauskas ending the 8th. music from Pierce the Veil here tonight as the Pirates with that 8-run first inning lead on our UPMC scoreboard, 10-6 here in the 8th. Starling Marte will start it off. And he will oppose Sun-Hwan Oh.
7th pitcher of the evening.
The deposed closer of the Cardinals.
Sounds rather harsh, doesn't it? Deposed.
Well,
better
moved out of that role, former.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They brought in Trevor Rosenthal back in that role, but now Rosenthal out for the year. Fowler says, "I'll take it." Astros winners tonight. That's a tough blow for the Angels, who have a slim chance trying to catch up to Minnesota for that second wild card. The Twins winning today in Detroit, so Minnesota closer to wrapping up a wild card spot. Yankees clinching a spot in the postseason tonight. Still trailing the Red Sox by 4 entering play tonight for the division.
I wonder how many people thought in spring training, Joe, that Minnesota Twins would be involved in postseason play. I know all the prediction charts.
Yeah, Paul Molitor had him near the postseason his first year, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He had that poor year last year and then right back at him again. So you don't see a lot of Hall of Fame players become managers, and you certainly don't see very many become successes. And judging by the Twins' success, he's done a pretty good job over there. See if McCutcheon's okay after that.
Kind of a funny body movement.
Josh Bell 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. Oh, trying to put up one here in the 8th. Pirates with that 8-run first inning, still riding that. Trying to talk about that
stride in the ball.
Wonder if he's talking about facing that splitter from Oh. You miss those conversations in the dugout?
Well, those kinds I don't miss because I didn't understand much about hitting. But
you know what I mean, just talking ball.
Oh yeah, absolutely, sure. In between innings, there's more going on in a major league dugout. I mean, people say it's a slow game, but don't say that when you look in a dugout. There's guys talking about it. Hey, I should have been over here. I was in the right place. You know, da da da. I want to do this. Next time he comes up, I want to do that. Da da da. It goes on and on. How many times it stops if you got no hitter going?
But a fun mood tonight. Pirates jumping out to that big lead. Cardinals got it.
Wow.
I didn't see that, where that went on Freeze. Did that catch him?
No, but he smoked it right over in that direction. That was a little scary.
Watch Freeze
Check
on the
it
left.
out.
He didn't even have time to react.
No, no, no. All that's left to do now is check the laundry. It's a rocket.
And now you can laugh about it.
Yeah.
They talk about the backstops being closer than they ever were, and that means the on-deck circles are closer too. Bell draws a couple of walks tonight, giving Freeze another chance.
Yeah, David will step into a safe area now.
At least he controls the bat now.
Now he's got to deal with balls that are thrown at him, not hit at him.
Out towards Fowler. He can't get it. And Bell on the move. He'll try to score, and he will. Freese with a 2-out double, and the Pirates have another.
David Freese doing what he does best, hit the ball hard to the opposite field. You know, he got it pretty much started in the first inning with that 2-run single right in the middle of the big rally, and now he gives him a little more breathing room. That ball just kept running away and then over Dexter Fowler. He just didn't really create an angled route to it. He went straight across and then realized that he wasn't deep enough. A lot of carry off the bat of David Freese, and a long trip around for Josh.
3 RBI night for David Freese.
Yeah, you start to see those outfield numbers, you know you can keep running. Most of the time.
And Bell drawing that 2-out walk, able to score. Now, O has had some troubles.
Well, it ain't fun being deposed.
O was outstanding last year for the Cardinals. Now they're going to walk Polanco. After falling behind 2-0, he's on base 4 times tonight.
Yeah, he's had a good night. He's hit the ball really hard 3 times.
So O has 2 men on and a run in. Diaz, a pair of singles, 2 runs scored tonight, drove in a run back in that 8-run first. Well, the Rockies tonight so far trailing in San Diego, either 6th inning, yet to register a hit. Might be the only solace right now for the Cardinals, who are still chasing the Rockies. St. Louis had just moved ahead of Milwaukee after the games finished yesterday, but Brewers winning today in extra innings. And Bell is starting everything with a 2-out walk.
That's going to be tough to get the stain out.
Up to Garcia, and that ends it. Pirates tack one on. David Freese with 3 RBIs tonight. o'clock. The Pirates and Cardinals in the series finale. And join us before the game, half hour before our start, with our pregame show brought to you by WB Mason. Here are the kids staying up late. Why not? 11-6 Pirates. Let's bring it home. David Freese with 3 RBIs for the second time this season. Eight-run first inning. Boosting the Buccos, and now Barbado will try to bring it home.
Yeah, you score 8 in the inning, 8 runs in the first inning. You kind of take charge of the ball game, and it doesn't have to be real pretty the rest of the way. It just has to hold up and get you to the finish line, add some on here and there, and you find yourself in the 9th inning with a 5-run lead.
Harrison Bader starts things off. Pitcher's spot. Due up to follow, and then Dexter Fowler.
6th Pirate pitcher.
Toward the wall, but Polanco with room. Hey, want to send along our congratulations to Lacey and Evan Kumo, who are welcoming a son, Ryder, to the world. So congratulations to the Kumo family, getting one bigger. Always a great time in life. Congratulations.
Pitching change.
And Clint Hurdle wanted Barbado to face one hitter, and he did that. Can feel good about himself tonight. Did what he was asked to do. And with the lefty pinch hitting, the Pirates want to turn to Jack Leathersich,
making his 3rd appearance. Pirates, I know a little bit about Jack Leathersich. He went to UMass at Lowell. I know that because I know his college coach, Ken Herring Jr.
Oh, wow.
Good friend of our family. His dad and I were high school classmates. Young Ken Herring has done a wonderful job with the baseball program at UMass Lowell. Jack Leathersich from Beverly, Mass.
That was the same school that produced Spanky LaValliere years back. Dynamic young player, Magneuris Sierra for St. Louis. Began the year in A-ball. And Leathersich coming on. The reason they made the move is they want to see Leathersich and Runzler against lefties. We saw Runzler face a lefty one batter last inning. kind of evaluate their ability to do that. And so Edgar Santana is up with the switch hitting Fowler on deck. The only way to combat him would be to somehow acquire Pat Venditti, the switch pitcher.
There you go.
And since we had a moment with Leathersich on the mound tonight, he has some Pittsburgh ties. Came to PNC Park a lot as a kid. His mom's side of the family from Fox Chapel. So in case Grandpa's listening tonight, Ed Brown, living back in Fox Chapel. I want to just say hello to Ed. Jack's grandpa. Ooh, he gets Sierra.
There you go, Jack.
Hater.
Yeah, do it. Nicely placed at 92 miles an hour. We have come to the 2-out program here at PNC Park. And by the way, Ken Herring Jr., his college coach, in the building tonight.
Oh, wow.
Watching his former player. That's kind of neat. You see Ken after the game.
Well, Leathersich will be remaining in to face Dexter Fowler, hitless tonight. 6-game hitting streak on the line for the Cardinals, poised to fall tonight, back behind Milwaukee. And if they will get no closer to the Rockies, who they entered play tonight trailing by a game and a half for that second and final wild card berth.
And the Pirates got Leathersich from the Cubs with waivers.
A 3-0. Now Leathersich, big-time strikeout pitcher in the minor leagues, about 15 strikeouts per 9 innings, also 5 walks per 9 innings. Extremes in both directions. Cardinals can't afford to lose much down the stretch here. Yeah, the fans making the trek. Soured from the get-go. Ballpark will hold it. And the Pirates prevail. 8 runs in the first hold up. Fun to have some energy in the building with a lot of offense here tonight.
Good start. Put the lid on it. Pirates win game number 2 of this 3-game set. Try it again tomorrow afternoon.
Tough loss for St. Louis. Pirates happy to deal it to them. Great night all around offensively for the Buccos. Frazier with a couple of hits tonight. David Freese driving in 3 runs. And the Pirates pick up a victory tonight. They'll feel good as they get set to play the finale tomorrow afternoon here with St. Louis. And it's time now to talk about this one. Let's go out to Paul Antique.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. And as far as inauspicious goes, that's the start the Pirates had. Base hit, home run, all of a sudden you're down 2-0. But the Pirates certainly had an answer in their half of the first inning.
Yeah, a lot of games recently, that 2-0 would have been huge. By the time we got rid of the bottom of the first inning, you know what? It wasn't huge at all. In fact, it was huge on the other side. So a really nice comeback in the first inning from 2 runs against Garrett Cole, and the Pirates able to, hang on to that the rest of the way and come up with a victory over the St. Louis Cardinals. It does quite a bit of damage to them in their hopes to get one of those wild card spots.
Yeah, they are not in a position to lose at all. Let's head down to the field. That is where Robbie Smikowski is standing by with Mr. Freese. Robbie.
Yeah, David Freese, a big part of that big first inning for the Buccos. David, what keyed the offense leading to 8 first-inning runs?
I think we were just aggressive. Lance has a good heater. He mixes it up, and speed and location. And we just came out knowing we have to score early. Those guys over there, man, they're in a position to get to the playoffs, and you got to show up against those guys right now.
Yeah, what's that like when you're facing a team that is playing for something? Unfortunately, this team is not, other than pride and to play spoiler. What's the approach?
Man, we're playing to win still. I mean, it's not about, trying to, ruin guys, seasons or anything. We're focused on winning ball games and coming out here and grabbing that W.
How much does offense fuel itself in a situation like that, like you did in the first inning?
Yeah, it's fun. I think if you score early enough, before the other guys, you got a better chance to win. And I'm glad we did that tonight.
David, I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rob.
Paul, how about it for David Freese and the rest of the Buccos? They see 162 St. Louis Cardinal pitches en route to 11 runs and a win.
Wow. It's kind of a key number, 162. But as we promised during the course of the broadcast, it's time for Miller Time. And that is brought to you by Miller Lite. And how about Jordy Mercer? He had himself a night. In fact, we were kind of rooting for a cycle. He was a home run away in his first 3 at-bats. He was only a home run away. But Jordy Mercer is our Miller Time, and that is presented by Miller Lite as the Pirates stick it on the Cardinals by the score of 11-6. A damaging loss indeed for St. Louis, still very much in the playoff hunt. We're just getting warmed up. Teak and I'll be back with Pirates postgame. All of that straight ahead right here on AT&T Sportsnet.